Hello Commanders and welcome to part 3 of our Star Wars Legion Invasion Force build journey brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming. As always, my name is Phil. Recapping on parts 1 and 2, we have now built 4 units of B-1 battle droids, the Magna Guard, the AAT tank and General Grievous. In this part, we'll be building the 2 units of droidekas and starting the painting process to get these models battle ready. We will note that this is not a tutorial on how you should build or paint these models. It's just a video series journaling our progress in building and painting the Invasion Force box set to see if we can complete this in under 24 hours. For us, this is a good way to actually get this completed, as we would have most likely built the models and never painted them without setting ourselves a goal. With the droidekas, we'll be doing these in 3 stages. We'll start off by assembling all of the leg sections of the droidekas. This is straightforward, but you do need to be thorough in cleaning any mold lines or sprue tacks so that the top and bottom of the main section fit together. Next up, we assemble the arms section of the model. This is a little fiddlier, especially the cables leading to the guns, but as each section only goes on the arms in one way, it's not actually too bad. Pay attention to the little tag bits as well, as they'll allow you to know exactly where they go, and this will make it so much easier, especially if you are building multiple of them. And the final step with the droidekas will assemble the top shell sections ready to put all 3 parts together. This can be quite fiddly, but if you take your time, they'll go together nicely. Now, as mentioned previously, we are only building the standard versions of this at this time. We will go back to making the rolling versions later on, but you don't really need them for the game. The aesthetic is really cool, but you do have a token for that. So we're only building the standard versions at this time. With that done, all of the models are assembled. 7 hours into this 24-hour time limit, and now time to move on to painting. We've primed our B1s off camera in a white Rattlecran spray. We'll be using 2 paints for these, Skeleton Horde contrast paint and Black Templar contrast paint from Games Workshop. We'll also be diluting the paints with contrast medium as well to make it go further and to slightly slow the drying time of the paint on the palette. This also gives a paler concentration of the Skeleton Horde, which will match our 2 previously done units quite nicely. Now, if you're not familiar with contrast paints, there are plenty of videos online explaining what it does, but it is basically cheat mode for quick painting with a highlight, midtone and recess shading all in one. Now, we're going for a battle-top ready army here, not looking to win any painting awards, so this will get the desired result. We'll cover the basing methods when we come to that. Now, we have our paint ready. It's just a case of slapping it on the model. We aim to follow the natural lines of the model and cover each section. The paint has quite a milky consistency, so we'll run into the recesses giving good coverage. Once you've applied it to an area, you can soak up any excess pooling with your brush and then move that to a new section of the model. Given how long these droids took to build, we're hoping that this step will bring us back on track with the time. We aimed where possible to avoid getting the paint on the weapons, but fortunately Black Templar is a much darker and more opaque colour than Skeleton Horde, so a few mistakes will be easily covered. At a later date after this, we'll add some unit markings to be able to distinguish the units. This will be a coloured strip on the left leg, shoulders, over the collar and on the head, and this will make it easy to know which unit is which when on the table. Now, we do currently have one with blue and one with orange, so that's 4 more colours to go. So drop a comment down below if you think you have any ideas of what colours would look quite nice for the other 4 units. "30 minutes into painting and the first unit is done for the Skeleton Horde. An hour and a half of this 3-hour stint to go. We're confident we can get the rest of the B1s done in that time." So that's 8 hours of the 24 done, 1/3 of the way, and 2 units now have the first layer of paint on. Looking good to have all 4 done by the 9-hour mark now. The Skeleton Horde has dried on the first unit and is looking pretty good at this stage. A few spots that need a touch up, but we can pick these up later on. On to units 3 and 4 now. And there we go, 9 hours down, and that is all of the models built and the first layer of paint on the B1s. For those of you that are keeping track, we have so far spent 6 hours on the B1s, so this has been the biggest time sink. With 36 models though, what do you really expect? Next time we're hoping to finish off the droids and move on to some other models. We'll also cover how we're going to base these models in a later video. Don't forget to click like on the video, subscribe to keep up to date, and if you do like what we're doing here at Out of Art Gaming, you can support us on Patreon with the link in the description below. But we will see you next time.